welcome to another Wavelength 11. I am Autistic Genius. Apologies for the lack of videos. I've just been working on other things such as my life, and as I don't earn money off YouTube, I need to prioritise where the money comes from. But anyway, today we are talking about a news report from America. I'm not really going to explain it before because it explains itself rather well. So let's have a look, shall we?
New evidence that autism begins during pregnancy. Researchers say that brain irregularities in children with the disorder can be traced back to prenatal development.
Let's be honest, autism is a developmental disorder, and a lot of people are born with autism. So if you're born with something, the condition obviously begins before you're born, because although you may not be, a fully developed human inside, you are still alive inside your mum's womb. So for them to say that it begins before birth like it's an incredible new discovery kind of sounds dumb.
Dr. Melissa Nishawala is the director of autism for the New York University Child Study Center and joins us at the table. Hello, doctor.
Good morning.
So how were researchers able to reach this conclusion?
So they're actually able to take a snapshot into what happened in the brains of children even before they were born, and they did this by looking at actual brain tissue samples. So these are post-mortem samples. This means children died.
This means children died. Whatever, who cares?
And families were courageous enough to donate these tissue samples so that we could understand something very important about autism and how it occurs.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm really glad that they're finding out new things about autism, but as I keep saying, I think they're wasting their time looking for the cause of it. You're not going to get rid of it. It's not going to disappear. It's not going to go away. It's a developmental disorder, which means that it's to do with how the person's developed. There is no way to change a person. There's no way to change their personality or the way their brain works, because that's just who they are as a person. It's like this ridiculous thing. And for them to sit there and just say, like, oh yeah, we researched dead babies.
Oh, hell no!
And to do this, I just think that's so... Why are they poking and prodding at dead babies to research autism? They should be making observations, doing psychological studies, not poking at dead babies' brains. I just find that quite immoral.
What exactly did they find?
So the researchers found that the brain cells, when the brain is developing, migrate into layers, like layers of a cake.
Basically, if you're autistic, your brain is a cake.
In that we know that there are places in the brain where cells are supposed to be, and they are not. It's like the pathways are not able to form in the proper way.
Yes, we've known that for a very long time. That is what autism is, essentially. It's brain cells going to the wrong part of the brain.
You're going the wrong way!
And that is due to the fact that the brain hasn't developed fully, because it's a developmental disorder.
We've been doing research at NYU that shows that there's a problem in connectivity of the brain. So that means that social centers and language centers and cognitive centers aren't talking to each other in the way that they need to.
No disrespect, I can tell you that just by watching people with autism. This is what gets on my flipping nerves. I mean, obviously I wouldn't come with that full scientific thing because I'm not trained in that field, but I could look at somebody with autism who's maybe, for example, in my activities, like I work at a performing arts school, and there's children there with autism, or and they do dance. And when they dance, their body's not doing like what it kind of should be doing. So like all the other children who are neurotypical are copying the choreographer, whereas a person with autism intentionally is trying to copy the choreographer, but the body and leg and arm movements is completely all over the shop because they're not aware of the body, which basically means they're looking at the choreographer going, I understand what that's doing. That's going in the brain, and then it's coming out in a very different way. Just by looking and observing someone, I've just found that discovery myself. Why are you ripping open dead babies? It is wrong. Ugh.
And the cutting edge of research is looking to what?
So really, we're looking to understand why is it that this happens. And so these researchers were able to stain for certain genetic materials, and they're looking at causes.
Who cares about the cause?
Who the hell cares?
Look at it as for what it is and just research and observe people and find ways to help them. Why don't you talk to somebody with autism? That's what we do In England, we talk to people. Some people with autism can't speak, and then fair enough, you're going up for this route because I think they're looking at autism in the most severe ways. But the brain function, brain's a brain. It's going to do, obviously, people with autism will think this, they can't do this, or routine, whatever. But the worse, obviously, the more and more it goes, it's just more severe. It's just more severe. So you need to break things down even more. It's just hot. You just got to take each person for who they are and stop thinking of autism as one thing that affects everybody in the exact same way, because it doesn't. It really doesn't. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
So this will help us start to develop biomarkers, like ways that we know autism is present, and then understand more about why does it develop.
So this is an exciting moment in the
This
field
is a
of
very
this
exciting moment.
And so once you find that, I mean, what will you do? What does it lead to?
I'm so interested to hear what you will do.
So the earlier that we can discover autism, the brain is more plastic, the younger the brain is.
More plasticity.
More plasticity. And so meaning that we can intervene, and we want to intervene. The frontier of intervention is earlier and earlier and earlier. And so we want, even in that first year of life, to know something so that we can start to change what we do and help coax and nudge those brain pathways into connections.
Great.
All right, Dr. Melissa Nishawala, thank you.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't find it that exciting. I find it's nothing new. There's nothing amazing that's made me go, oh, this is so good. And Spuddy agrees. On a whole, this news report, to me, is kind of pointless. I really hate the fact that they've examined dead babies to find this, where I've clearly shown you ways in which it can be seen with people with children with autism. It can be seen. You can see it. They've said this, and this. They've obviously seen it and they know it's happening. I just don't understand. If it's happening before pregnancy, there's no way of stopping it. There's no point trying to stop it because I think you're going to do more damage. It's just, and they're saying about how make the brain connect better. At the end of the day, some of the greatest minds ever, not just of this generation, but ever, have potentially have autism. Like, they're saying Einstein might have it. They're saying Isaac Newton might have it. So, there may be some, all sorts of real top-notch people. I mean, they say there's this one about Beethoven having it. I don't know. It's Mozart, not Beethoven, Mozart, sorry. But yeah, so loads of people, all the greatest minds out there have it. So why are they trying to alter that? I think we need to have behavioural therapy, and we need to have therapy for the parents and the carers. That needs to be there. There needs to be more training and more people speaking out with autism and helping any way they can. And it's all about being, inspiring people to help to try and find ways for themselves, because I think there's no point trying to go, let's get rid of it, let's do this. I think if we go out there and speak and inspire people, like on an individual basis, they will then want to help people with autism. That's what we need to be doing. That's how we why we need to promote autism awareness. And then with the inspiration of others trying to help us, there will be, of course, autism acceptance. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Autistic Genius. Sorry if I waffled, but these sort of videos kind of make me a bit angry sometimes. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.